channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and for today's video I'm gonna be showing you guys how I set up my college schedule and just some advice that, you know, for freshmen who are out there who don't know what classes to pick or how to choose their class and stuff. So I'm here to help you guys for that. Alright, so when I was putting this bit together, I came up with a lot of different advice, but I have two that I really want you guys to keep in mind when you're picking your classes. One is your essential classes, which has your general classes and your prerequisite classes. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then your second thing to consider is your personal preference, which is like what days you want to be there, the time, and how is it going to work around your personal life schedule. Alright, and then I do have other advice that do fall under these two categories, I would say, and it's to consider, do you commute, do you work, do you go to technical college or university, and just passing time. Excuse my chair, it is a little squeaky, but I commute from school. I commute from my technical college when I went there, and I do commute to the school that I'm going to now. And I always give myself at least an hour, if not more, just to get there, find a parking spot, because parking spot is very hard. Everybody's always there, and it's hard to find parking spot. If I go at 10, I'm shoot, I had to drive around the school until I find parking spot, and it's just a waste of time, it's a waste of gas and all that stuff. But plus I pay for my parking spot, so I want the best parking spot, if that makes sense. Why would I park far when I pay so much just to get parking spot? And the thing about it is that I think they sell more parking passes than they have parking spots, if that makes sense. Besides that, it's also important to consider your personal preference of work. Are you gonna work before school or after school? How's that gonna work and all that stuff? And when I went to a technical college, I didn't have to struggle finding parking spot. I used to think that parking spot there was bad, but university is way much worse. Trust me. And along with the technical college, I walk for my classes inside the building, because it's basically high school, you know what I mean, where it's one big building, and then I just walk in between my classes. I know they have different departments, such as automotives, I think that's what it's called, agriculture, and the law enforcement, all that stuff. They have different buildings, and sometimes, that's staff. I just like how everything was together, but compared to a university, you have to go from hall to hall, and it's frustrating, because especially in the winter, because I live in the Midwest and it snows and it's cold, and it's you have to walk outside, and it's slippery and stuff like that. But you always have to give yourself time, okay, how far is from one hall to the other hall? I'm so OCD, how long does it take me from one class to the next class? So with that being said, I personally like to, after I schedule all my classes, I like to walk to my classes. So I don't live on campus. I commute 30 minutes to class. That does take me a while just to get to class. But I would start as if I'm going to school. I would go from my first class, and then see how long it takes me to get my other class. So if you don't want to actually walk to your classes just to see where they are, I do recommend pulling up a map of your school, because I've done this before, and the fact that I know a little bit more about my school, I feel more confident where I don't need to walk to my classes. But I do like to walk just to see how far it is, or where it is, so I don't go all around the building, you know what I mean? If a class is right there, but you go the other way, a different entrance, because schools has multiple entrance. I've done that before, where I took the longer way out, and I'm wait, I could just took this way, you know what I mean? Stuff like that you can avoid. But pulling up a map of your school and just seeing okay, it doesn't take me that far from here to there. I also like to schedule my classes close to each other. So why would I schedule a class that is over here and then have another class over here? That's just so much of a walk. But usually I'm pretty sure the there's like a 10-minute like passing time, I always try to give myself at least 10 minutes from one class to the next class. And sometimes like teachers let out the class early, so I'm like, yay, like I actually have enough time to actually get to class knowing I'm not going to be late. So when I do schedule my classes, I like to schedule them as close as possible, and I always try to get the essential courses out of the way just because it's easier for me to focus on my core classes and such. And me personally, I like, my personal preference of classes is mornings. I do not like to be at school super late. Like literally, like I have a class like last fall that was like until 4:30, and I just did not like it because I get out so late, and like that's when like the sun is like already like setting, and I'm like, oh my, like I gotta rush back home, and plus there's like traffic on the highway, and like it's just rush hour, and I just hate it. So I personally like prefer to like schedule my classes early in the morning, and I'll go ahead and just show you guys like how I set up my college classes, how I put everything together, and yeah. Alright, so right here is my planning sheet for my major, and if you do have a major that you want to go for, your counselor should always give you a planning sheet just to make sure that you're on track and that you're taking all the necessary classes that you need to graduate. Alright, so here are all the classes for fall 2020, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into a website which is called Free College Schedule Maker. I really love how there's so many different options on the left side, just to save items, delete, edit, and add. It's really easy to use. Alright, so I'll go ahead and just add all my classes in there. I can change the color. I really like how I can select the days, and also that I'm able to have like the course type, the instructor, and the location. So I really like that they have those options there. Now that you get the gist of it, I'm gonna go ahead and just speed through some things, and I'll kind of like walk through things that I want to mention for you guys.
Left a star glowing in your eyes when I'm not aware. You left a scar. I fall into your lies all again. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Let me feel it again. Let me feel it. Fall into you.
So as you guys can tell, I do have a lot of empty gaps between my classes. So for Monday and Wednesday, they're like the same classes. So I'm just going to fill it in with a study break. And then I'm just going to put 10:30 to 11:30. For Tuesday, I do have a gap, so I went ahead and click on study break and add another time meeting, and then I'm just gonna fill the space for Tuesday for the times that I'm gonna be available just to eat or just study and stuff like that. So now that I have like my college schedule on there, I'm just gonna add some personal stuff on there, and basically usually it just kind of like work for me, honestly. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I kind of did with the study break, because my college schedule is kind of like all over the place, so that I do work like different days, and those days could be like different times. So I'll go ahead and speed through it since you guys already seen how I do it for my study break. So here is my my official fall 2020 like daily schedule. I do want more time to focus on my classes, so I don't work as much, and I don't work on the weekends since I do work in a childcare. But you can see Monday and Friday it is pretty empty in the afternoon, just because I need time to do homework and stuff like that. As you can see, my college schedule is pretty packed and there are like spaces between here to study, but I do try to not go to school as much as possible just because I commute. But as you can see, I go there every day, but it's something that I have to sacrifice. And for Monday and Wednesday for my lit class and my elementary class, they're like literally like one after another because it's the same teacher and it's gonna be the same room. So I really like how I put that together. But other than that, this is what it is for me, and there are things that I had to sacrifice, as I said before. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it wasn't like all over the place, but if you guys do need like clarification or want more videos on like me going more in depth about like college advice and just how to schedule classes, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I do upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video.